right, here we go.
Here we go. Number
Legion
2.
of Doom, Hockeycast, presented by Team Dexter. This is episode 2, season 1. Mm-hmm. I'm Brett Vittorini, captain of Team Dexter.
Matt, Angelo, assistant captain.
And my buddy,
the face of the UAHL.
Rob Basco.
Rob Basco.
Yeah.
That's my homeboy.
My boy.
Yeah. So we're excited to have him here today. You know, we wanted to come in and bring you in, see what you had to say about a couple different things that Steve don't talk about.
All right.
You know, Dexter don't have no filter.
Yeah, I was, I'm out working today, and I'm like going through some different scenarios, what I could feel like it was coming, and I knew that, this is not UAHL podcast.
No.
It might be affiliated, maybe, a light affiliation.
Well, they say
They won't promote us.
No, they say that Bascal is the face of the league.
Yeah.
I know you want that title.
As good cop. And I think I win the face of the league as bad cop. So I think together we work very good together.
I think that's fair.
At that. So
like yin and yang.
We hate each other, we play against each other, but we play with each other.
Love it.
We do great.
Yeah.
It's been that way.
Oh,
love-hate relationship since from the door.
Yeah.
Our team always knows how to push Pascal's buttons.
Legs.
Mainly legs.
Oh, yeah. Saying with legs, it's like the same thing, like love hate. Like when I'm on his team, I love him. Like we played great. We won the championship, I think, over at Hollydale.
Yeah. And over 40 that won, then they tried to make us play another
Yeah.
game, which was stupid.
Yeah, I won't talk about that because I'm still upset about that. It's kind of my departure from Dexter, but we'll digress.
We got your jersey, didn't we?
He has a jersey.
I got all jerseys.
He plays for
He's got 15 or 18 of them in his bag at all times.
Yeah, I need a separate bag for my jerseys.
I was in the locker room with him, and he was cleaning his stuff out. And his bag weighed like 400 pounds. And it was like jerseys from like 20 years ago that he still had stashed in a big-ass plastic bag. Trust me, he's ready for whatever.
I'm ready, dude. And no, they were all current. I tried to take them out, and it just, I couldn't narrow it down because they were all used.
Well, last season you were coming to the rink already dressed from another rink.
Yeah.
That's how in the Rusty League, they got a guy who comes and he has a little duffel bag, but he comes fully dressed, all but his skates. He walks in.
I respect it.
Yeah, the first game I was like, dude,
Yeah.
you can wear like regular clothes.
Right.
I mean, we got locker rooms and everything.
It's okay. You don't have to come dressed and stinking up your mom's car, your mom and dad's car. But listen,
all his gear is brand new still. I mean, he's getting
Some
there.
use out of it.
Yeah.
He needs more playing time.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
the Rusty guys are so cool to play with, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all cool.
Are an
Yeah.
absolute blast. I never seen so many hits on themselves in one game.
So many accidental penalties.
Yeah, good hits.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it kind of brought me back, because we kind of take it for granted of what we can do out there, and and playing goalie the other day, wow, holy shit, that was an experience. Just getting dressed I was exhausted. Bending up, I got to get more flexible. A lot of things need to happen. But
I told you that's one of the worst workouts. Like you're drenched in sweat halfway through the game. You're like, I can't even.
Yeah. And then I thought about that, and I was like, well, I'm glad I got Maddie's sweat. I sprayed it with some Febreze at least,
I sprayed it before I dropped it off.
Yeah,
So.
It smelled like it.
So my second goalie game, that was my second one. So I had one game on you.
Yeah, you're a veteran.
So I'm still
a rookie.
So I'm still undefeated, beating you and you.
Yeah, don't remind me.
But I'm gonna tell you this: I had a Savage Monkeys game on Monday, which I did not attend.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't move from playing goalie.
So I believe there's something on this. I heard. I haven't been able to get a chance to listen to the podcast, but I believe there's like a bitch of the week.
There is.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that while I was working, because I was doing like some time lapse videos for landscaping, because that's like a big thing now. It's crazy, you get and so I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, bits of the week. If they do ask me like that, who would it be? And I was thinking about a couple things just to be funny, but then I was like, you know what? I would probably nominate Brett for playing goalie and then missing the A game.
And I'm not even going to
playing goalie in the beginner league and missing the best league.
Yeah,
but I promise you, I'm not going to miss no more.
But here we go.
I'm not playing goalie next week. Actually, I think Steve and Larry are going head to head.
Okay, that should be a good one.
So me and you are running the benches.
Okay,
your team's 0-2. Our Rusty Wolves are 2-0.
Yeah, I'll come run a bench with you.
Yeah, so you guys.
Yeah, I might have to be on the bench.
You guys got a lot of work.
I'll do a bench.
You guys got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Did you guys play last night? That Atlantic City game?
No, that's next week.
Next week?
The 8th.
Matter of fact, I don't know much about that. You want to talk about that? The people who don't know, if they want to, check it out or whatever?
Yeah, so one of the guys reached out to me saying that the AC team would be interested in doing like a champion versus champion game down in AC. And they were going to host, and then I guess the second place team from the Gold was going to play them, which Knights Watch. I'm not sure what teams are down there, but so we're having a game the 8th, right?
June 8th.
June 8th at, I think 8, right?
Is it 8? It might be
like
8 o'clock.
8, 10, something like that.
I know that's my birthday.
Yeah.
8th.
So I told my wife, don't make no plans because I'm playing hockey.
Your brother did it last week, so you'll do it next week.
So I might just have to get a room in Atlantic City and just end off with a cool nightcap. Considering I got to go back on Saturday for a big car truck show and a side-by-side show in Atlantic City. So I got a whole Atlantic City week planned out down there. Fun. So that's going to be a good time. I don't really think Atlantic City has the quality players that we do. But you never know. I think it'll be a good game.
Atlantic City doesn't have any of the rinks that we do. There's Voorhees, there's Hollydale, there's 5 rinks within an hour of each other.
I don't think
Atlantic City don't
have
that.
A big pool down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Team Black went to Pennsauken, so I haven't played AC in like probably 2 years. I was playing for the Squids, but I don't know who's left down there, to be honest.
Anyway,
so it should be fun.
Should be fun.
Yeah.
I think we got. We got a good team. There ain't no doubt about that.
Yeah.
If we show up, it's going to be a tough one to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I looked at the stats in the A. There's a lot of close. Everybody's pretty much 2-1 besides a couple.
Yeah.
24/7. They got a good squad, but I guess you guys really took it to them on.
Yeah, it was really, honestly, it was a close game. It was just like we got maybe 3 or 4 within like a 10-minute span. But other than that, it was like a 1-1 game for half the game almost.
They're a good game.
That league pretty much balanced itself out besides, Mighty Ducks. They're the only winless team.
And, I don't think the Sharks are all that great either. They're a good. They got good players. I think Legs plays on that, and so does Andrew Randazzo. Both plays for the.
Yeah.
Isn't it the Sharks?
Yeah, they're in the A.
They're in the A.
They used to be
the mighty Drunks.
Drunks, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
because there was 2 Mighty Drunks in.
Well, there was a multi Ducks and a Mighty Drunks.
There was a Mighty Drunks in A and Bronze.
And oh God, yeah.
That we played for.
Yeah.
And the Bronze. Let's not.
That's Blaylock's team.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. I had to yell at him the whole damn game. I'm glad I'm not
coaching him while he's playing.
That's what Steve was like. Oh, you want to play? Every time Blaylock touched the puck, scream at him.
Blaylock, he's in a tough race right now for the goals, but we'll see how it works out for him.
So I didn't in the silver. I didn't see a couple games, but I seen that you played the Bulldogs. Hawks played Bulldogs.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
It was a pretty close game for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, the Bulldogs are solid. You saw that in the 3-on-3 in the past weekend. I wasn't expecting it because I don't remember them being. Steve told me that they've been in the league for forever, but I don't really remember.
I mean, we
Did
played
they get
them.
New Jerseys?
No, I don't think so.
No.
We played them last year.
They were a bottom tier team last year.
They were at the bottom.
And they picked up a bunch. Picked up
they're solid.
good players and lost a couple bad players.
Yeah, no, they're solid team.
So, I look
they're
forward
a good
to
team.
I know we play the Warriors, then I think Dexter plays the Warriors next week, and then the Bulldogs, then the Otters, then we meet you guys with the Hawks.
And we're the only 3-0 teams
Yeah, Hawks.
left. We be
we haven't played you guys, right?
no.
Not yet. 3 weeks, you get us.
We're both undefeated.
But we beat Rain City this past week.
We lost them.
No,
We
we're
didn't
both
play.
undefeated.
No, we're both
Hawks
3-0.
and Dexter's both.
Yeah, 3-0. And then I did watch the Warriors and Otters. Boy, the Otters have fell apart.
They shit the bed this season.
Yeah. I mean, they lost in overtime to the Warriors, and it was a rough one. They were up like 4-1, and then they just fell apart.
Their goalie's real good though, right?
He's okay.
He's pretty good. Like,
Yeah, he just had it. It went to a shootout, and
so it's a close game.
they got a good shot and they beat him. But it's,
Yeah.
I'm a little shocked to see the Otters at 0-3
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, because
You know?
they were what third last year.
They were
Fourth playoff team.
Fourth.
So then we get to us. Old Dexter played Rain City, which was
The Moore brothers beat Rain City.
pretty
Yeah,
much. Cody and Cole, they're all on us. So I'm glad they showed up because I sure didn't.
Yeah, they had 9 goals or 7 goals, something like that, between the two of them.
Between the two.
Yeah.
So
they're nasty.
They're nasty.
I mean,
They
Especially
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
mean, Cole played with us last season, and he's phenomenal. But
Yeah.
when both of them together,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
But you
they know
what?
where
It's-
each other's
it's-
at.
Yeah, they got something going on, like telepathic shit.
Yeah.
going on.
It almost reminds me of me and Brad without the finesse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we know where we're going to go.
Yeah.
They know where they're going to go, but they're going to dangle around everybody. We're just going to run right through you and figure it out. So
And they got the speed. Like they're
And they're fast.
both
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
they're fast. But it was Ross Bryant, too. We took him out the game.
Yeah.
When you hold Ross Bryant to 2-3 points,
Yes.
you got a good chance of winning.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. He touched the puck, we were all over him.
Yeah.
And that's what I keep explaining to everybody. Like, the kid's a good player.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he didn't
Oh, yeah.
lead the silver in points for no reason because
Yeah.
he was garbage. He's not garbage by any means.
Yeah.
He's got
And he's got double the goals of everybody else in the league right now.
pretty much.
I think he's at 12. I think next person 6, and I think it's Barry. Barry might be at 6,
No.
second place.
No, Pascal it goes Bryant, Pascal, then me
In points.
in points.
No, I'm talking goals.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't look at
I
that.
think Barry's second in goals.
But
Yeah.
it's not that hard to score goals when you got Bryant skating around everybody and
Yeah.
just feeds you in front.
Yeah, I mean he's got the nobody really plays like him.
Yeah.
Like he's got that weird move shit, and
He's so light on his feet.
Yeah, he's
But
a magician out there.
I said it in the last podcast when we played him. We know how we're going to play him. The Hawks beat him in the playoffs.
Yeah,
We beat him in the tournament. We beat him again right now. We beat him by playing physical.
yeah,
And
You
the more physical we were with him, the more he was pissed off, and then he just couldn't do nothing.
Yeah.
Just falls to the ground.
yeah. It's frustrating, you're used to getting that space, and then you don't, and it's like
Right, well, you can go and play against the Warriors or somebody like that and have all the time in the world, and then when you play a big team
Yeah.
that plays a more physical style hockey game, you don't have the room.
Well, he's used to players defending against him that are a 6 length away, where Dexter's playing on from me to you away.
Yeah.
I mean, especially somebody that's twice the size of him, they're not gonna.
Yeah, you give him some time, he's gonna hurt you.
We
Yeah.
won. I think we beat them 10-6, and he had a couple goals, and we got back into the penalties again like normal. But we had 5 penalties in the third period, and I think 3 of them was on him. Legs. Oh, and that's another thing. Legs. He says he's not dirty. Legs. I apologize, but you do lead the league in penalty minutes. So
The 3 of us aren't surprised.
I'm not saying I'm third in the league in penalty minutes, but Legs is first.
It's weird.
So it's not weird. It's not weird. So
it's got to be a stat error or something. We got to talk Stevie.
Check that one.
Yeah.
I really don't have a bitch of the week this week. I mean, I do, but I don't. Because there really wasn't nothing in the Rain City game that I could really say that besides one dude that slew-footed me in front of the net, which, whatever.
It's annoying.
I'm cool with that.
I know who I think you're going to say, but...
This is who I'm going to say. And it's mediocre. But I'm going to call out Barry. Yeah. And the reason why I'm going to call out Barry is because I didn't even know Barry played in the Rain City game. Because when I touch the ice, he'd get off.
Yeah.
So I didn't even see him. He did score one goal while I was on the bench. And then I never even noticed him. So I don't even know if he even played. But he was on the team until Legs ran him over and behind the net. And then he goes after Andrew Randazzo. One of the smallest guys on the team. So then I get mad. I get a penalty for unsportsmanlike, which, whatever.
Well, you called the ref a faggot and told him to shut the fuck up.
That's weird.
I did not call the ref that. I was saying it to him.
To the ref?
No, dummy, to Barry. I called.
Well, I think the ref thought you were talking to him.
And then I told the ref, he said something, and I said, hey, man, it's freedom of speech. I can say whatever I want. And he was like, well, you can sit in the penalty box for 2 minutes still. Well, okay, you win.
That's putting lightly what you say.
So it's
2 minutes well worth it.
No, what he said almost word for word. He says, I can say whatever the fuck I want. Fuck you. And that's more or less what he said.
It's I don't
it's unlike you.
Yeah, it's uncharacteristic of me. It isn't. But
it's hard to believe.
But it's so I can't really say I'm not gonna really call him out 100% like I did last week because he really didn't do anything. You know what I mean?
I don't really think Barry's a dirty guy. I think Legs just doesn't like him at all.
Yeah, well I don't really care for him too much on the ice either, but at the
end
of the day
he's gonna be in your face.
We talked to Hollydale. He's really not a bad dude. I just in this hockey cast, I call somebody out on somebody I play, and that's just what it is. And you know what? He's not a bad dude off the ice, but on the ice, if I would have seen him, I would have probably talked to him, but I didn't see him. So
most people, you realize that they're not too bad off the ice.
Yeah.
They're on the ice, different story. I
mean, we were out during Three's tournament. We were outside smoking, and Barry was out there. We talked to him for 20 minutes?
Yeah. And it's so he's not that bad. So yeah, Barry, I'm gonna give you a pass on this one. We're not gonna bury him too much. But it's
not gonna bury Barry.
Yeah, we're gonna let you slide on this one a little bit.
I mean, even Ross. I mean, he's hard to hate because he's a cool dude.
He is a cool dude.
He's cool dude.
He's
got a weird style, but I love it.
Yeah. So Xavier. Xavier's mom, she seen Ross. Barb seen Ross, and he had a whole table of sushi. They seen him at some restaurant. She said, "Oh, he just had a big ass pile of sushi on the table." So they were making fun of him because he was at the restaurant and all he did was have sushi. Like I'm going to a restaurant, I got a big ass 24-ounce steak and a fucking cheesesteak and God knows whatever appetizers, and he eats healthy, evidently. So
that's great. I wish I could.
I wish I could afford to eat sushi.
Yeah, I'm a sushi guy, but
I am, but my wallet's not. Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's a place in Millville or Vineland you can get it for a nice lunch special.
Yeah,
Shop
not
right?
too bad. No, it's actually good. It's Sushi Lover, it's called.
Is it?
By the mall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
want to check out Tomo, too. That all-you-can-eat in Glassboro.
Yeah,
I don't.
You know where Checkers is? It's across the street.
Yeah, I'm not a high-class eater either.
No.
No, but it's from what I hear, it's only like $20 or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't eat seafood, so I'm out on sushi.
Yeah. I love seafood. I don't really eat it a whole lot. I'll eat it at, Schmitty's down the shore, but other than that, I don't really mess.
Yeah. So, you know what? I mean, shout out to Rain City. They played a good game. It was, it was close. It was good. And it's going to be a lot more competitive games. That just that one game don't mean shit.
It wouldn't have been that close, but Brad, their goalie, played well.
He did.
He played really well.
He did. Yeah, I mean, he made some good saves, and obviously we got Robbie in that.
Yeah, Robbie's.
So Robbie's solid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that was, so I'm I'm glad that Dexter's 3-0 and the Hawks are 3-0. So it's going to be a real good game when we get to see you guys in 3 or 4 weeks that we do.
I know you guys have been doing pretty well with goalies too. Mark's
been playing well.
Yeah, he's been playing really well.
Playing really well.
Yeah, he does better in goalie than does out.
He's only got a handful of goals against.
Yeah, but he's like our solid player out there. Like,
he's the best player on the Rusty Beavers.
Puck, him and my dad
Dusty
are working
Beaver.
pretty well together, And Jerry, he's sniping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sniped you.
He did snipe me.
Did he really?
Yeah, he scored on me.
Oh yeah, like
From far out.
Far out.
14 seconds off the face-off, I heard, or something.
Yeah, well, that's
like
how
that.
long it took
Yeah,
him to
that's
get
how-
from the face-off dot to the blue line.
Yeah, but it was right off the face-off, but it took 14 seconds to get down there to you.
So I have Pascal's dad coming down on me on a penalty shot at the end because it went in the shootout. So he comes down on shootout. He was the first one, and he undressed me something terrible. But he didn't get enough on the shot for it to go in, so I was able to fall down and stick the paddle out to stop
All
it.
slow motion.
It was slow motion. And then at the end of the game, he was like, I can't believe I missed that. I had you beat. No, you didn't have me beat. My jock strap was at the center ice. I was burnt. Something terrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a recovery, though.
Yeah. But he's so funny. I mean, and I give him credit. My dad, your dad, my dad's 74 years old. You know, your dad had multiple hip surgeries, knee surgeries.
Knee surgeries, everything, pretty much.
And they're out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know when I was playing goalie, he was helping me out a bunch.
My
hey,
dad-
come over here, cut off this angle, and he was.
Yeah, he used to
helping
play
me.
goalie, too.
Yeah.
So my dad, 74, he's playing defense, and he just buries his head in the ice and just starts running. And I'm like, you don't even know what the hell is going on around you. He's got one-track mind. Wherever that puck is, his head is buried, and he's going to it. But I give him credit, man. I hope I can play hockey at 74 years old.
Nah, me too.
How'd Bud do in front of you?
Bud was solid back there.
I told you he's gonna be solid. He's solid in that.
Yeah,
Rusty.
you told me. You said Bud was gonna be my best friend.
Yeah.
And, it's when you're goalie. It can get lonely back there, especially when you let in a couple of goals. You're like, man, everybody's like,
But nobody's pissed off at you. They're like, oh, you almost had it. It's like
they are, but they're not saying it.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're cussing at me.
Yeah.
So it's funny because I'm down the end, and I think I had 41 shots on net.
Yeah, you had 41 shots. Yeah.
So I'm dead tired. I mean, I'm exhausted. So I'm on the net with my arms up like this, holding myself up. And I look down the end, and Pascal's teaching himself position. He's sliding back and forth from post to post, and I'm looking at him like, I don't have an ounce of energy to even get back up after this. And he's trying to figure out how. It looked like he was like John was giving him a lesson from the glass.
That's what we need out there is John.
So it was
to help us a little bit.
It was like all I cared about was not losing that game. I'm like, man. And then we were up 7-5. Was it 6-4 or 7-5? We're up by 2 with 4 minutes left. And then what happens? Mark comes down, snipes at one on me, and then God knows who scored the next one.
Yeah.
Then I'm looking at it like, Jesus, now we're 7-7 again.
Yeah.
I'm on the verge of losing. Mark comes down. I tell everybody on the Wolves, I'm like, listen, number 20 is going to take off. He's going to pass all of you, and he's going to get a breakaway. It wasn't. They didn't even drop the puck. He was already gone in overtime.
Yeah, you made a nice save.
He beats me. Well, of course, everybody did. And he shot it back at me, and it hit the butt end of the stick and went out the crease. Like, none of that shit was even... I didn't even know what the hell I was
playing
doing.
for that.
I didn't plan for nothing.
Yeah, I realized that your positioning, like, when you shoot it off of the butt end of the stick, most of, I feel like that's what I was trying to do, I just didn't get my arm up, but, it was there, so I guess it's a position thing. Like, I used to think, oh, you got lucky, but, I felt like I was trying to do that,
I just wanted to hit me.
Yeah.
If it hits me, I got a chance.
Yeah, I did great in warm-ups. They were peppering me. I felt good. And then Mark was like, what, are you going to be a stand-up goalie? And then I was like, well, I have a need to go down. to stop it.
I stood up for 2 periods. And the third period, I finally started going down.
So I'm in warm-ups, and I'm like, these guys don't shoot that good. So I'm stretching in the crease, and I look up, and the dude takes a wrist shot and hits me right between the eyes. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm shaking it off like, man, it hurt. Like, these guys don't even shoot. Can you imagine what it is with me and you crank a slap shot at these goalies and hit them in the face?
No.
This dude took a shot with probably 6 miles an hour, caught me right between the eyes. I thought I was gonna pass out. I'm like, this dude is crazy. Like, god damn, I didn't even know you could pick the puck off the ice. You hit me right between the eyes.
Yeah.
And your head's 3 foot above the net.
Oh man, no, I was down. I was stretching. I'm like, it's not gonna hurt.
So it's still the crossbar.
Yeah. I got pads on. Bink. Yeah. Jesus.
And it really don't hurt. Like, they don't shoot hard, so it doesn't hurt when it hits you anywhere.
No, but I can imagine. I feel them.
You feel them, but it don't hurt.
Yeah.
But can you imagine being at the top of the circle with you? Or me cranking it at you?
I asked Spencer, who he subbed a couple times, but for our Savage Monkeys team, and he said it doesn't hurt, but then he got smoked in the face, and he's like, that one is still ringing, so it's not, I guess the head is a different story, but yeah, I thought it was, and like that was the biggest thing, like, you're like sitting there, you're like, man, you're getting a little nervous before warm-ups, and then you go in, you're like, all right, maybe I'll just, and then you get hit with that first one, it's like, all right, it's not too bad, but
all I knew is that when he hit me in the face, I was like, Nick Salvador just painted this damn helmet, and if you scratch it, I'm going to be pissed. Because I had my custom Minion helmet going to get messed up. I had to get another one.
Yeah, that's probably why goalies get so mad when you hit them in the face. They're like, man, this paint job,
It's like, hit me in the cage. Don't hit me in the fucking helmet.
I remember when we used to be in Vineland, and John would be out there going, and we'd crank him, and we shoot it high and hit him in the face with a shot. Then he'd chase you around the rink and throw his goalie stick and shit at you. Yeah. He was pissed. But now I know why.
Yeah. It
sure do.
Good.
I do have a new respect for goalies, though.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the biggest things I got from it. Just getting dressed, the whole thing is just, and then like, I'm like trying to figure out, like you said, and I'm like, because I wasn't getting a whole lot of action in like the first. I think my team picked it up because they're like, all right, we got a shitty goalie in there, so we gotta, keep it good. But at least it looked good, you know.
He was already talking about it. He was fucking pricing them out in the pro shop.
I was.
You're about to buy $1,700 pads.
No. They were $7. They were $6.99 for
the legs. But then you were talking about getting the gloves.
Yeah, that's just because I'm one of them ones that if I'm gonna do something, like I want to do it right.
Yeah.
I don't want to look like a damn goober out there.
Shit, I'll spray paint the shit I got before I do that.
I felt like a little goober out there, like with the yellow pads.
When he first got his helmet, it had a big ass lizard painted on it, right? So he had red, yellow, and blue and red pads, and then I don't know what color his gloves are, and then he had a green and gold,
white.
Yeah, green and gold
white
lizard mask. It looked so dumb. And then he spray painted it silver, so it did look so crazy.
Yeah, it's not bad. But
you should have saw it before.
Yeah,
it was fucking bad.
Yeah.
Like
the pads are a little,
yeah,
they're iffy, but they work.
I just want to see what Larry and Steve look like in that.
Yeah.
Because they're going to go head to head, and that's going to be pretty cool. The commissioner and his assistant.
Yeah, that's fair.
I hope that Mr. Greek fucking lights him up.
Yeah, I thought you said play goalie. I don't think anybody has pads big enough for him.
No, you'd have to get like a 40.
It makes you look short.
Like a 40 plus 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so getting back to the Silver League that we play in, I think it's going to be the same 4 teams that made it last year is going to probably be contenders again this year.
No, I don't think Otters are
minus the Otters. I think Cooper will take the place.
Cooper or Warriors, either one.
Cooper's a pretty good team.
Hold out with the Bulldogs.
That's why I meant Bulldogs, not Warriors.
Yeah, see, I haven't seen the Bulldogs play at all.
Well, you saw them in 3-on-3. They have similar.
We didn't play against them.
Oh, you guys didn't play?
We watched them play before our game Wednesday, and they're not a bad team at all. They're good.
They have a lot of good players. Yeah, I mean,
I think it maybe the Bulldogs and the Koopas will probably fight for that 4th spot.
Yeah, Santora, you know, he's
either on, he's on,
yeah,
he's off.
When he's on, he plays solid, and he always decides that he wants to play solid against me. Yeah. But, you know.
They have, talking about the 3-on-3s. That was the first time I ever did that.
Yeah.
It was the first time, Dexter was ever a part of that. And I'll be honest with you, Dexter ain't built for 3-on-3 hockey.
We shit the bed bad.
It's a different game. You can be skilled all you want, but you guys know how to pass. You just weren't figuring that out. Like, you guys are used to, all right, normal hockey, you shoot, guy goes wide, crashes net, and you got the third guy high. You only got 3 guys. So,
yeah, and
you gotta, passing is everything in there. And, yeah, it's a little bit of hands, but, if you can pass, you're going to win. Because,
what we were doing was we'd send 2 in, we'd shoot, and then we crashed the net, thinking we're playing. Yeah. Next thing you know, the puck bounces out. Yeah. It's 2-on-1, and then it was over at that point.
Yeah, the 2-on-1s and the 2-on-0s.
2-on-0s. I don't know how many times they got.
There's so many breakaways.
Yeah, yeah.
But it worked good. For me, I had 1 penalty shot I missed. I had 2 breakaways I missed, but I sniped a shitload of them from out the top of the circle. Yeah. So it worked that way for us. The problem is Dexter's just too big, and that's just all that stopping and starting. That's actually harder than playing.
Yeah, it is
5-on-5.
Yeah, one 25-minute game felt like you played a game and a half of regular hockey.
Yeah, it is tough, and you guys I don't have the frame that you guys have, so it doesn't take me as much energy, to stop.
And I'm just not any good to do that. So.
Well, there's hope, Bud. We'll get you there.
Hopefully.
There's a lot of times, when we played the Hawks and me and you go up against each other, and it's not easy keeping up with you.
Yeah, you did that. I was surprised. I think it was the second game of the playoffs last year, and I was moving, I felt good, and then all of a sudden I'm like, he's not really going anywhere. I'm like, all right.
And you know what it is 1 stride of mine is 3 strides of yours. Yeah, so if I can get rolling, but I'll be honest with you, since the season started so far, I have not played well at all. Yeah. I mean, I am sitting 3rd in points under you. You had 11 and I had 10. So we're 1 point apart. And that's how I base it on. I'm like, if I can stay in a race with Pascal, then I think I'm doing okay. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Even though I've played garbage for the last 2 weeks in a row, I'm like, I'm still getting points. Yeah. They're not the normal points for me, but it's like, you know what? I guess I'm okay to have a bad game here and there.
Yeah.
To be, and I say it all the time, to be 41 years old, a lot older than most of the players. Yeah. To still be in that top 2, top 3.
Yeah. Says a lot.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And what's nice about Dexter and the Hawks, I mean, both teams have 2 lines that can score. I mean, a lot of the other teams, they have 2 or 3 guys.
Yeah.
Where you guys have you, Larry, Viola, Stevie can put the puck in the net.
There's 5. You got 5 solid A players on your team. Yeah. With Larry, Viola, Tom, you.
Yeah.
And last year you had Hunter, which was a huge pickup. Which I don't think
he played. He had an awesome playoffs.
Moonshine's kind of struggling a little bit, and he hasn't put up the numbers he's used to doing. But that's that goes with the territory.
Yeah, he has nobody to pass.
He has really no help on that team whatsoever.
Hunter's killing it though. He's playing over at Penn Falcon too, and he's killing it over there too.
And that's and with Dexter, I play in the A. Legs plays in the A. Well, he just started, but then Cole and Cody play in the A. Yeah. And then Xavier. Xavier was a huge pickup from us from the Otters.
Yeah.
And we have a couple other players that could play A. Trevor's a good player. Dylan Fisher's a good player.
He's good. And listen,
Trevor's okay. He sucks.
You're talking. They all. He knows them very well. Yeah.
Dylan too, he's a dick.
And you know, you got to give it to Army too. Army's you know, he's a solid player. And then you know, obviously we don't have Brad. Brad hasn't played a game yet, and I don't think he's going to play until the tournament. So that kind of hurts me a little bit because me and Brad always play together. So it's a little different trying to get used to playing with somebody else. You know, but hey, listen, you know, I think the tournaments are coming up. I think they're going to be a blast.
Yeah. Brad hasn't been there for a while.
No, he's been out.
It's been a couple seasons.
Who? Oh,
I called it.
Yeah, I called it too. He you know what he did struggle in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know,
it didn't look like him.
It wasn't him, but you know that knee.
Yeah, it's tough.
He get done the game and his knee be twice the size of what it's supposed to be. It's, you know, you got to take some time off at that.
Yeah.
You could tell it was bothered him when just anytime he's pushing off or like he couldn't get good shots off because he was.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's and that's. Hey, listen, we're not getting any younger, so.
Nah, he's 36 years old.
If we're gonna, you know, you get hurt, you're gonna have to give yourself some time.
Yeah.
You know, luckily I haven't really got hurt yet.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much, you know, how it's gonna be with that. So, but I did see in the bronze, I watched the girls team.
Yeah, the Sugar Bush.
The Sugar Bush.
Yeah.
On Wednesday.
Yeah.
Which are now 3-0.
Okay.
Because they beat Jersey Trash and they beat
Hellhounds. They beat.
Oh, they beat the Hellhounds.
Wow.
And the Hellhounds won the
Two
championship.
champions, yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing, them girls can play.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not all girls.
Okay.
They had a couple guys playing defense.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
And the goalie's a dude. But the girls, listen, solid.
Yeah.
They pass well. Very well.
Position well.
I'll check out a game.
Yeah, it was actually pretty enjoyable to watch. And I was like, man, this is kind of neat.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't know if I'd want to play against them just because feel bad if I accidentally run one of them over.
Yeah.
But Dexter's going to be I'm putting a team in the bronze next season for some of these guys.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And here's the thing, you know, I talked to Steve, and Steve's like, he has like 25 free agents that have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, screw it up. I'll send Matt down, and send it. You know, Frank Genti's going to join the C, and Lance, the goalie from last season.
Yeah.
And then I'll just add a bunch of free agents. All that's going to do is just bring more money to the league, more players, more money, get more people, you know, going around. Because I think Steve and Larry have done a phenomenal job.
Yeah, they really have. I mean, it's professional. I mean, everything they did was high end, you know, and it doesn't seem like there's a plateau at all. It just keeps going and going up.
Yeah, and you could tell it's not a money grab. You could tell it's hockey players running a league that they want to play in.
Yeah, they give back a lot. You know, I mean, they're putting in crazy hours that we don't even see, I'm sure. So
yeah, there's no doubt.
You know, I'm sure their heads are spinning some days, and you know, maybe
I'm sure that Steve has put up a lot from me.
Yeah.
So I give him credit because
getting calls at 10 o'clock at night from Barry.
I'm sure that the phone rings like crazy. Like, what did he do today?
Yeah.
Like, he actually called me on the phone. I talked to him on Thursday, and he was like, "Yo, you really got to calm Legs down."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Well, what did Legs do?" He's like, "Yeah, I figures you would say something like that. Like you didn't see him do nothing." Like,
well, he's another one like you. You're not going to calm Legs down when he gets to that level.
No, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I told everybody, I don't want my guys to fight, but at the same time, if it gets to that, go ahead.
Yeah.
Bang it out.
Yeah.
It means nothing to me, you know?
Yeah.
Take your suspension and move on.
Yeah.
That's what I do. And I'm okay with it. I mean, there ain't nobody been thrown out of hockey games more than me.
Yeah.
We obviously don't mind getting penalties because we
That's
have
what killed
7
us
or 8 a game.
That's what killed us in Game 3 is the damn penalties. Yeah. You kept falling down right in front of me. That's what he does. He falls down right there. He falls down, and they call a penalty on me. Like, he knew where I was.
I stepped on a guy's stick the other day, and they're like, "Oh, he's a better skater now." Like, really took my legs out.
So being Bascal's here, I do want to ask him something.
Anytime.
How often do you check your stats?
I check all the stats after every game. I do. I love it. You know, I was like, you know, one of them people. I was like, you know, this is stupid. You know, but it's fun. You know, like. It doesn't matter, but you know, it's fun. I check the standings. I check it all. You know, it's just fun. You know, they keep the stats, and you know, most of the time, you know, they do a good job. But you know, it's sometimes I get, you know, I'm like, man, I know I had a couple more of that. You know, like,
you call Steve up and be like, hey, go watch that live bar and fix my points.
Yeah, I do check the stats, but I'm not. You know, Steve's like, oh, just fill out a correction. I'm like, I don't really care that much, you know, like.
Because you're mostly at the top of the league anyway. You know, you were in top of both last season. Well, I think you were like third in bronze, but you were top in gold. They
won't let me play in bronze yet. I told them left-handed I'll play.
Which, you know, and you won MVP, which I feel was well deserved.
I appreciate that.
I know I voted for him.
I did too.
You know.
Appreciate it.
And you know, no disrespect to Ross Bryant. I thought he played a hell of a season, but you know, to do it in the Silver League, and I know because there was games that I had 8 points, 7 points. You play a bullshit Silver team. It's easy to rack up 8-9 points.
Yeah. Well, I mean, another thing that makes a big difference is when your team gets to the finals and wins a finals, that has to count for something.
Yeah. And then when you see if you don't play in the A. The A's got good players. The A is not as easy as you think it is. You know what I mean? Like, I put points up in the A too, but I don't put points up like Pascal does. I just put points because I'm in the right place at the right time.
Well,
or I know where to go.
That's a big part of it.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Or they know where I'm going to be. They feed me the puck. And if I can get it in the slot, most of the time I don't miss.
Yeah, but that's part of being a good player. You don't have to be the most skilled there. You know, it's just...
But I'll tell you one thing that pissed me off. Why I played better in the A. Pascal goes on the U podcast, and they said Brett's got a hard shot, and Pascal goes, "Well, he did, but he's losing. He's losing it. So if you recall,
Absolutely.
That next Monday." I got the puck off the face-off. I walked across the blue line and fucking cranked the slap shot and scored it. I walked right back to Pascal, and I was like, I still got it.
Okay.
We did the same thing in Silver.
Sense.
Yeah.
The same week.
That's why I did that. He called me out in front of everybody. It was like, yeah, it was good. Not so much no more.
This one was 3 foot over the half on
Oh, yeah.
Brian.
That was when I got the fastest goal in the history of the U.
UASL?
Yeah. First period. Dropped
in
the
the Guinness book.
4 seconds left. 4 seconds into the game, I cranked the slap shot over Santoro.
4 seconds?
4 seconds. That's pretty fast.
3 foot over.
I shot it from outside the blue line.
I'm sure he was real happy on that.
Well, they beat us.
And then Brett goes, Santoro, you
fucking
suck.
That was the bench clearing game.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
that game. I didn't see it, but I heard.
Yeah,
it was pretty nasty.
Yeah, I think I'll be suspended for life if we ever play the Island Boys.
Yeah. Who are the Island Boys?
There were just some twins on the Otters that we don't get along with very good.
I hear about them, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, they don't play in the league no more.
Oh, they're out?
Well, Steve's definitely not letting them play against us.
Okay.
That was the one that gave Brad that cheap shot to the side of the head. That was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. Nah, it's shit like that, you know, and you see it online, you know, sometimes when you're scrolling, like, you know, guys using sticks as a weapon. It's like, I understand. Like, look, we're all competitors. We're all here to, you know, whether we want to admit it or not, we're there to win, you know? Like, at least, you know, I don't even care to win, you know? Just as long as it's a good game, hard full, I don't give a shit, you know? But when it gets to that level, it's just, it's too much, you know? It's just a little unfortunate. You know, I had an incident as well with, you know... It is what it is, you know.
Is that the one with Napoli?
Yeah, we all watched that one.
Against the Koopas.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, Hey, he got in my face. I gave him a little push. He punched me. I got up. I tried to punch him. We both got suspended.
You were outsized on that one.
Yeah, well, out expected too. But yeah, he's a big boy.
Matter of fact,
good skater.
When Bascal was getting undressed, I walked in and I said, "You realize that if you were on Dexter, we would have been all in that shit.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have been standing there watching it. But we'll take that from a different. They know not to fuck with Bascal when I play Salvage Monkeys.
Yeah, and it's like the Gretzky had
he had a bunch of players with him.
Of guys, but
was it Yari Curry was a tough guy to play with Gretzky at one point.
Yeah, and he was nasty too.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, because I know you probably follow NHL hockey more than I do.
Lately, yeah.
So, what are your predictions going on the rest of the year for the finals?
Well,
what do you think? I see you got Vegas.
I got my Vegas Knights,
So I'm assuming that's who you're pushing for.
Well, and everybody's like, I wore this the other day, and they're like, oh, you got a Vegas shirt. I'm like, I've been a Vegas fan since the start. My aunt's been out there for 45 years now, I think. So, instantly when Vegas got a team, one, they're sick. I mean, they got sick colors, sick unis, everything's sick about it. But, it always had a special place. Like, I like the Raiders now, too, just because it's Vegas, But, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping Vegas is going to take it. I'm actually going out there Saturday or Sunday. We're leaving to see my aunt, who I haven't seen in like 3 years because of COVID. But so we're going out, and they might be in the finals, so I might try and catch a game.
I'm actually pushing for Florida.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because they're such an underdog.
Yeah.
Like who's seen this coming?
Yeah, not me.
And they've always been trash.
No, they were good last year, but I look at
not
that
great.
I look
not
at
going to the finals, winning.
Was that Keith Kachuk?
Kachuk's nasty.
Mm-hmm. So he comes from Calgary, put up big numbers with Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny actually had more points than him.
Yeah, I think so.
But then he goes to Florida, and actually completely outshined Johnny this year. By far, it wasn't even close. Now, let's give Johnny credit that Blue Jackets was not very good. Yeah, they were trash. But this dude has 2 overtime goals and the game winner with 13 or 8 seconds left.
Seems like you follow hockey more than I do.
Only because I've watched the last series.
Yeah.
Just the Panthers. I haven't really watched anything else. I mean, I did see Vegas lose last night in overtime. Pavelski fucking sniped it. But I don't really follow NHL hockey like that. I don't have the time to sit there and watch the games. Yeah. But I like to have other people's feedback of what you think. But I just think that the Panther Bobrovsky.
It's nasty.
There's another Flyers player that they got rid of. That's a stud. Gudis, another Flyers player. Cousins, another Flyers player. Everybody that the Flyers get rid of, they go shine somewhere else.
They either get rid of them before they're good, or get them when they're already back to being bad.
Yeah, I would think you're talking about Yager on that one.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't play that
he actually played pretty good.
I got a LeCavier jersey hanging up. He was garbage when he went to the Flyers. I found that on Marketplace. Somebody had it. I bought it for $40 on Marketplace in a frame, but I was like, it'll go great in my basement.
Yeah,
so
it looks sick. I mean, he was a solid player for Tampa, but
then he comes to the Flyers. He's nobody like. I mean, and listen, I'm a huge fan of Konechny, but he don't got no help, and I don't think he's really a standout player.
He's a solid second line winger. You know, he would really shine there. If you could get a third line with him, I mean, you'd probably get a Stanley Cup.
Yeah, but you'd have to find 6 guys better than him.
Yeah.
To put him on a third line.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Coots.
If he comes back.
What's Tippett? Tippett's kind of nasty.
Now, he did a great job last season. And he was a nobody, really.
Yeah, he's still probably like a third liner, on a good team, like a solid team.
They don't have any first liners on like a good team.
I mean, I really had high hopes for Farabee,
Farabee,
but
I was gonna say,
he kind of just shit the bed.
Yeah.
I think getting Jonesy in there and Pridden Briere in there is going to be a huge thing. I mean, I can't wait to talk to Stedelmeyer about it because I haven't been able to talk to him in the last couple of days. But I really want to see what him and Cote and Riley Cote have to say about what's going on in the organization because they definitely have to do something this offseason.
I'm sure they're both fans of the move.
Oh, I'm sure.
Stedelmeyer and Cote.
I love Jonesy. I love Briere. I mean, both solid players. I love Jones. Like, listening to his commented, it's so sick, He's fun. He's really I remember when it was one of the broadcasts, I think it was last year, and he's like, Coates was getting honored for something, and he's like, I forget what he said. He's like, he just started laughing, and he's like, he realized, like, all right, maybe I gotta be professional, but he was still like, it was just genuine,
So I pray to God, you watch these teams and you see how many all-stars you can put on a team. Like look at Edmonton.
Yeah.
I mean, you got two guys that basically had over 250 points in the season, and you don't go nowheres.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show you that you don't have to have the best 15 guys to win.
Nah, and it's never been like that. You always have, your first line is like solid, your second line's you have to have 3 solid lines, and then you got to have like a energy that's also not going to get a minus.
Right. It's not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Your checking line, your bruisers, they got there and make something happen.
I mean, Boston set the record this year.
Yeah.
And on paper, they don't have the best team.
Yeah.
In history.
Well, same thing as Tampa Bay, like when they won the President's Trophy. I mean, same thing. I mean,
That's a curse, though.
Yeah.
That's a curse. I mean, Dexter's going to have to lose one game because if we go undefeated through the season, we're going to probably
lose in the Hawks and finals.
Yeah, that's the only thing we didn't do for the Savage Monkeys was go undefeated.
No.
Who did we lose to? Night's Watch?
Yeah,
well, we went undefeated last season, didn't we?
No, you lost to Night's Watch.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah.
Like third to the last game of the season or something.
Yeah, I think it was like we were like 9-0, and then they got one from us.
And then we lost.
And you guys played with like 6 players.
Yeah, but sometimes that don't matter because the 6 players that show up are pretty damn good.
Yeah, as long as you can, you gotta realize like, all right, I'm staying out the whole game. Like, I forget what game it was. They were like, all right, you're gonna play the whole game. Oh, it was the last for the 3-on-3. It was the last game we played because we started out with like 9, which I was dreading. Like, I'm like, I can't. 9 sucks. Like,
that's basketball. When I'm like, hey, you want to play for this? First thing he says is, how many guys you got?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we got 4. Okay, I'll play.
Yeah.
If you have 7, he's like,
Absolutely.
I don't want to do that. It's too much.
Yeah. No, I'm an ice whore. Yeah.
So we had 9 and it wasn't enough.
No, I would have been okay with 17.
Yeah, you guys always have, like, I love playing with you guys. I mean, you guys have been my boys for, 20-some years now. But, it's just, you guys have enough for 2-3 teams.
Yeah, we normally try to run with 3 lines.
Yeah.
And that's just because, I take 35, 40-second shifts and I'm done. So
that's how I am too.
I don't want to play the whole damn game. I can't do that no more.
We have what? 18?
I mean, I can, but then
the
my next couple of days are not that good.
We have what, 18 on our team right now?
We have 18. That's actually rostered, but as long as a couple of them play 3, they can play playoffs. That's all I really care about. Yeah, I mean, I got Ryan Marker rostered.
Yeah.
He didn't play the game yet, but he's going to show up against the Hawks because he wants to play against Tom.
I love it. Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah. We could use you then.
Mm-hmm.
So the first line, probably I'll get thrown off the first line, and it'll be Cole, Cody, and Ryan Marker. That'd be a pretty solid first line.
Yeah.
I'll go down to the bronze.
It's at least 10 points right there.
And I think that's the game right before the tournament, too.
You know what I meant to tell you? You know Meach, the goalie that played for Dexter at Hollydale?
Okay.
He just left for Italy and made the USA roller hockey team.
Oh, yeah?
As a goalie.
He's an older guy, right?
Older guy.
Yeah, I saw him. I forget where I was. And it might have been at the rink. He was doing something, and I know it was random, but he's like, you know, I recognize him, but I didn't like put two and two together.
Yeah.
And that's cool though.
I think that's a hell of a
He's
accomplishment.
a good dude.
Yeah.
You know, for it's roller hockey, but still, it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, it's sick.
I've never played roller hockey, so I don't even know what that's even like.
It's a different animal.
I've never done it.
Pretty fun.
I like it.
I
It's
just
fun.
bought some Mars blades. I haven't put them on yet, but they're supposed to like mimic NHL.
You know, that's funny you said that because Brad just got Mars blades for his ice skates.
Oh, did they?
I guess I don't know. He hasn't tried them yet. He's still waiting to put them on. But
Yeah.
I'm not doing any of that. I'm sticking with what I got.
Get some T-blades.
Not yeah. Then I won't have to sharpen them so much.
Yeah.
Bring back the early mid '90s.
Seamus still has them. You know Chris Seamus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did see a couple guys with them.
Yeah.
I wonder if they even get blades for them anymore.
Because that's what I asked. I was like, can you even get blades? And you can still get them from T-Blade's website.
If you heard me,
Well, they're big overseas still.
if you were in Vineland
I think so.
and played with us when Vineland was open,
When everybody had them.
and you heard me come down the ice in T-blades,
Yeah.
it was like a fucking freight train coming out. Like I could be taking the first 3 strides off the goal line, and you could be down the other end, and you'd swear to God I was right behind you.
Yeah.
Them things were so damn loud, but I must have put I bet you I put 100 of them things on people's skates.
Yeah.
Everybody had them.
Yeah.
Fancy
You were the only
too.
one doing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we had grass, we had black bottoms, lime green runners. Like it was. We didn't mess around. We looked good.
Yeah.
We looked good. But I mean, everybody I talked to, hey, you need T-blades. Okay, put them on. Just, that damn riveted machine, just rivet them up.
I wish I played in the Vineland days.
Yeah, they were fun.
They're
I
fun.
remember going to the rink with Brad because, I mean, I've been close with Brad since we were young. I remember going to the rink with Brad, but I never played ice then. So.
And how about
Fun.
Scotty Greif come out of retirement?
Scotty Greif. I was just thinking about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Scott,
back out of retirement.
Love to see it.
Full time on Dexter now
I know.
as D.
He still sucks, but, you know.
I don't think you suck, Scott.
No.
He played well.
He did. He looks good.
Yeah.
He did.
He played good.
Better
He
in
couldn't
the
stop
Wednesday
me,
game.
but, you know.
Yeah, he played better in the Wednesday game than he did in the tournament.
Well, he said he's starting to get his
Rusty.
edges back a little
Yeah.
bit. Matter of fact, his shin pads were so bad he threw them in the garbage after the game, and I was like, "Did you really throw them away? Like you're so damn cheap."
I did that last season.
And he was like,
John
"Yeah."
pulled them
He
out of the
said-
trash can.
He said, "Yeah, they're junk. I'm gonna get a new pair." I'm like, go ahead, Scott. Now I know
There
you're
you
for
go.
real.
Yeah.
Like you get new pads.
Yeah.
You're ready to play.
That's when you know it's real. You know, when you start upgrading your equipment. Because a lot of guys, you know, like Armstrong, it was good to see he got some new skates.
Yes,
You know, like,
he did. Now you know who needs new skates? Simpson. He
Yeah.
got about
They
he
look
got
like
about
fucking
he got
rental
about
skates.
an eighth of an inch of a blade left on the tube. Like if he leans too far, he just hits plastic.
And they're like, what, orange or yellow? They look like
he
rental
can't skate
skates.
anyway. You know?
But you know what? It's nice. I mean, Steve's got a lot of guys from Vineland on the Hawks, but
Yeah.
we got a lot of guys that we grew up with, and you know that's what makes it special.
Yeah.
You know, you go out there, you got your friends, you got people who you skated with for years.
Yeah.
And I mean, that was nice having John. I mean, John
Yeah.
is on his own in his own world, but
Yeah.
you know his.
It's nice when he visits others.
Yeah. You know, I mean, John was the only one I knew that didn't know what hand he was. So he'd go out with either stick. It didn't make a difference.
In goalie skates.
And goalies. Now, listen to this. You skated on goalie skates.
Yeah.
Could you play a whole game on goalie skates out?
I don't know. And I will say that the skates that you gave me were 4 sizes too big.
Yeah. I
So
thought
they were hurting.
when I dropped them off, I said, you got to take some socks and put them in the toe
I did
caps.
it, but you know, I made it. When I was like 3, I was wearing my dad's rollerblades, so it kind of brought back some memories. You know?
So I can't skate on them skates whatsoever.
It feels like they're this long.
They're flat.
They are.
So I gave John total props when I seen him the other day. I was like, I don't know how you played any game in them things, the whole game. And he was like, oh, as you see, it's not that easy. Like, oh, God. Then you get him all worked up. It's like dealing with Randazzo.
Yeah. John is an animal in itself, but, you know, you got to love him. I mean, he wears his heart on his sleeve, and he's going to give you everything he's got.
And he's definitely a top-notch goalie coach, for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, there's no denying that Fusion goalie school is top-notch.
And you could tell because, like, he just, once he gets off the ice, he just, like, I don't know, zones out and just goes into, like, this tangent. And you're like, you know, the parents are looking at him like, I don't know what the hell you're saying. But the kids are like, oh, okay. You know, and they get it, you know? And I'm thinking the same thing. Like, I don't know what the hell you just said, but he seemed to get it. Yeah. But I'm not a goalie, so, like.
I mean, we go shoot with him on Mondays a lot.
Yeah.
And he basically is putting us through a practice.
Yeah.
But he's talking to the goalie and explaining the drill. And then he's like, you know what you guys are doing? Like, hell no, we don't know what we're doing.
Can you
How
run
about
that?
you show us? Because I have no clue what you just said.
Yeah.
You know, but he gives us just as much of a workout as he does them damn kids.
Yeah, he's like, all right, you're going to skate here. You're going to get, all right, we're going to do breakaways today. It's like,
we're doing tip drills with no pads on. John's firing. We're standing in front of the net.
Is he right hand or left hand when you shoot?
It doesn't matter. He shoots with the damn blade going the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Doesn't make no difference.
I know he is so much fun to have on the bench with you. Yeah. Like when we're playing with him, he's so much fun.
Yeah. And his after game
speeches.
Yeah.
His text messages. Oh my God.
They should be framed.
It just looks like a bunch of fucking words put together. None of them go together.
Yeah. But it makes it's beautiful. It's poetic. It really is.
Yeah. It just makes John, and he wouldn't be. You wouldn't know him if he didn't do that.
And they're 5 or 6 paragraphs. Like everybody's putting one sentence. He's writing a book. Yeah. And nobody knows what the fuck it means.
And it's funny too because there'll be a lot of times where it'll be about Brad and he'll be like, you know, sometimes you got to come past center ice, you know, and then start a strategy, you know. But he's like, but you gotta come back, you know.
Yeah.
Because that's when we were talking about threes. Brad's like, oh well, you know. When you get the puck and they're celebrating, you pass it to me. Well, that never happened, number one.
Never.
And then...
That's what you have to do, take advantage of it.
And then he was like... They were like, well, it doesn't make a difference anyway because you'll still be coming back after they score. So you'll be down in the other end to begin with. And that was a fact.
Yeah.
Because we were down the other end. So, yeah, it was me too. I got to take credit for being... I was so goddamn tired. I didn't even know what the hell I was doing.
We did not play a good strategy.
At that point, like I just wanted to go home. Like game 4, I was just like, let's just get this shit over with because I'm done.
Like we were celebrating goals and shit. And they're just bringing it out of their net and just fucking winging it out and break away the other way.
The worst game we played was against you.
Yeah.
Christ, we only scored twice.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what are we doing? I mean, I was watching Steve dangle. Steve don't dangle. That's not even. I mean, he's been doing the same move for the last 5 seasons and it hasn't worked, but it worked in threes.
We'll get him there.
Yeah, I know Brad didn't play well.
Mm-mm.
No, not like...
Oh, the goalie?
The goalie.
You know what? But, you know, and all respect to him, we did it.
He did. He bailed us out. We needed a goalie, and he played for us.
He said that, you know, he was having trouble getting the angles down because the everything was closer. So, so I talked to Santoro, too, and asked him the same thing, and he was like, listen, he goes, everything's off. Even though the crease is the same size, but the circle's not in the same place, you know, I guess it really makes
a tighter game.
I even talked to Mark after one of the games, your goalie, and he said the same thing. He said the angles are off, and it throws everything out of proportion.
Plus, like when we had, they had the 3-on-3 league there maybe about 5-6 years ago, and it was really good competition. But if you were a goalie, you were facing 150, 200 shots on 2 25-minute periods. And
most of them are 2-on-1s.
Yeah, most of them. If not 3-on-1 or breakaways. Because that's when the boards were like Like, the boards are bouncy there, but they were super like, literally, that's why the refs stand out in the center, because they were trying to stand where they were, and they were almost getting killed. Like, the puck was coming off the board so hard and fast, it was flying. Like, it would go all the way down.
Like, to the other end.
Yeah, literally.
Well, I wish it would have did that with us. We'd have to skate so far. But yeah, so I'm not looking forward to any more 3-on-3s.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to the tournament.
But I'm looking forward to the tournament. I think they got that going pretty good. That's going to be fun. And then checking for charity, which we're still waiting to hear what you're doing with that.
Yeah, me too. If any I'll put it out there now. If any of the A teams are looking for any guys, you know.
He don't want to play with Dexter because we got over 7.
Yeah.
Well, he ain't playing in an A team that has
too many.
that has 7 guys. Because the A teams are definitely.
I think we would need at least 10. I would settle for 10.
So yeah, any A teams, he'd be a good pickup for you. But I'm really looking forward to that. You know, that was a shit show last season for us. Yeah. We just didn't know what we really get into. But
that's a strong tournament. I mean, that's one of the best, and I think the tournament in July is going to be
just as good.
I think so. I mean, besides, you know, your elite, you know, but I think they will, with, I mean, 24/7, I think they could give it a shot, you know. Like, I think they would probably be a contender in B, if not win it. And they would definitely be in every game in A, I think.
In checking for charity?
In checking for charity.
You think so?
I think so. If they had, like, they have a lot of good guys on their team. I mean, they're solid. I mean, their goalie played good, but I've seen him play a little better. But, I mean, they're a solid team. I mean, they got a lot of good pickups right now. I mean,
I didn't see
it was fun.
the Savage Monkeys doing that in checking for charity.
I don't know. We put it out there.
I seen it was put out there, but I didn't see there was money. I can't do both.
Yeah.
There's no way.
That's a long weekend.
There's no way. Are you kidding me? No way.
Yeah. It's tough, but
I can't play both legs. But they, you know,
he's trying to play all 3.
Yeah, well, he can.
I could try. I don't know. The last tournament that we had, that was
dead.
tough. That was tough. I had
and he also went 1-7.
Yeah. I started out at 0-6. it was a rough.
It wasn't a great deal for him in that.
Yeah, we were Saturday night, and he was like, "Yeah, I ain't won a game yet." We played Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, I think people were like, I think we're good. We'll take
Can
a
you
shot.
play for the other team?
Yeah, literally, I think I got that too. Yeah, it might have been for you guys. We're good.
It was. It's hard to do. I mean, I don't care how in shape you are or whatever, to play at that high pace for that many games in such a short days. I don't give a shit who you are. It's a tough deal.
Well, plus it's not like Voorhees in our backyard. I mean, all 3 of us are in at least 45 minutes from Voorhees.
No, I am.
But now you just mentioned something, and he doesn't know this yet. So my wife, she is a supervisor at the ATCO post office.
Okay.
So she goes, "Oh, I know Pascal." I'm like, "Well, how you know that?" I deliver his mail.
Oh yeah.
To his mom's house.
No shit.
So I was like, "No shit. You actually know where he lives?" She was like, "Yeah." She goes, "I deliver his mail." And then today she was like, "Oh, who's going to be a special guest?" I said, "Oh, Pascal's coming." She goes, "Oh yeah." She goes, "I don't deliver his mail no more. I'm a supervisor, but my guys do."
Oh, that's cool.
So it was like, oh, that was pretty neat.
Nice, yeah.
You know, she don't know him from her ass with a hole in the ground. She knows him from mail, because you look at the damn mail every day. You know the name.
Yeah.
You know, but it's
whether you want to or not.
It's a small world.
It is
how it is.
You guys got a nice spot out in Violin now.
Yeah,
it's nice.
It's cool.
It should be quiet for you.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it right now, and just enjoying the little piece, whatever you can in life,
Yeah.
And that's what you got to do. You got to break it down sometimes and just have a little you time.
Yeah. For sure.
I mean, when you're Pascal and you're at the rink, 47 times a week, you need a little bit. I think if I played anymore, my wife would kill me.
Shit, hockey is my me time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, me too. I mean, that's why I'm there. If it wasn't, then there's no way you could do it.
Hockey's my hobby outside of the family. So,
yeah.
So I think we're going to end up wrapping this up for season 2 or season 1, episode 2, and we just want to thank Robert Baskow for coming down, MVP of last season, and looking for him to do big things this year too. But I'm staying right on track with him.
You better.
So
appreciate you guys having me.
Thank you, and thanks for everybody viewing. And
appreciate
Team Dexter, we're out.
catch you next week.
Later, boys.